to all living things that cry out for peace.
Well, hello Dragon Ball Super fans, it's SONGOKU. Here I am back, as you guys can see by the title of this video. So today we will be talking about the possibility of seeing Gohan transforming into the Tournament of Power and achieving a new plateau. There's been a lot of theories about that, a lot of videos actually I've seen. There seems to be an ongoing trend for Gohan. I've seen it in both fan-made pictures and in actual videos as well, where they portray Gohan having this new Super Saiyan God white transformation, where basically he has white/silverish hair. So that is a very interesting new form that they're sort of giving to Gohan, and I would love to talk about the possibility of it coming to fruition. What are the odds of seeing something along the lines of that for Gohan? This might be somewhat influenced from the fact that, Dragon Ball Epsilon has already presented kind of like a new Mystic level for Gohan, where it features a Mystic Gohan with white hair. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but today we will indeed talk about the possibility of seeing one of our favorite characters, Gohan, achieving another form. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think that I can think of anybody that would not want to see something as epic as Gohan basically transforming on the spot and unleashing his power, his hidden potential, and seeing Gohan in all of its glory and remembering what he once used to be. But the question that we need to ask ourselves before we even proceed, and by the way guys, if you haven't figured this out by now, this is a theory video. I'm not claiming that any of this is going to happen. I'm not confirming anything. We're here to speculate. This is a pretty awesome community where we love to talk about stuff that could happen in the show. So this is another one of those type of videos, and I know that you guys love to talk about events that could potentially unfold in the show, and I'm with you. I love those type of videos, and these are what shaped this community, if I'm honest. So let us proceed. Now the question that we need to ask ourselves is, does Gohan even need to transform? Now, before I even try to ask that question or answer it, I meant to say, I truly was curious as to how much of the movement that happens outside of the show is Toei Animation in a way following. Are they listening to the demands? Because a lot of fans said that in Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, for example, where Vegeta had his little moment, they said that essentially this was a fun service moment for the fandom, because for the longest of time we've been meaning to see Vegeta have his moment of glory in a way. We wanted him to shine, and Toei Animation delivered. So I would love to know how much are they influenced from the movement of the public. I'm pretty confident that they do listen, especially when there's just such a humongous response for the show. It is huge in Japan. It is becoming a popular, like a pop culture phenomenon at this point. It is just a worldwide phenomenon when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. It's been receiving great reviews, so you cannot really complain when it comes to the numbers of it, of course. So, but seeing Gohan transform in the show would be such a memorable segment. But the reason why I'm asking the question of whether or not he would need to is because we've already seen what Goku is capable of doing, and we already saw Gohan against his father prior to the, to the launch of this tournament. And Gohan was indeed a rage machine in that episode. He was able to actually put up a fight against a Super Saiyan Blue SONGOKU. Gohan was proudly standing up to a very powerful being, a very powerful Saiyan transformation. Of course, when Goku unleashed his Kaioken, Gohan wasn't even able to put a dent on his father, which was somewhat understandable. I mean, there was no way that Gohan, while he was able to gradually improve his strength, I knew firsthand that there was just no bloody way that Gohan would have been on par with that level. So, it's nothing sort of miraculous that he was even capable to put up with a Super Saiyan Blue, if you take into account the fact that Gohan has basically been absent when it comes to fighting for the longest. So, but does Gohan need to transform? We already know that Goku will have his big fight against Jiren, and nobody can refute that, and I really am having a hard time believing that there is going to be somebody else involved, or anybody else that will get that major moment that will conclude the tournament. I'm pretty confident that Goku will shine and steal the show at the ending, as he always does. So the reason why I'm asking this question is because we've seen Jiren as this ultimate threat, this almighty opponent, this mega boss of the Tournament of Power, but besides him, I don't really see anybody posing that much of a credible threat besides Jiren. Don't get me wrong, there are very powerful opponents inside this specific competition, but there isn't another Jiren, or there isn't anybody that possesses even half the power of Jiren, at least from what we've seen thus far. I'd say the closest comes Toppo and Hit, but Hit seems to kind of, from what the spoilers are suggesting, and spoiler alert if you guys haven't been following the spoilers, it would seem that Goku will be joining forces with Hit in episode 104 in order to take out some of the most powerful Pride Troopers, such as Dispo, the Lord Beerus looking guy. But this is a very pivotal part of the video. Does Gohan need to transform? This is the issue that this arc in a way has. I would love it if they were, besides Jiren, a couple of more fighters, and I might be jumping the gun here a little bit because we haven't really seen what everybody has been capable of doing thus far, but I'm kind of having a hard time believing that we will see anybody that strong. So I believe what's missing is a couple of stronger individuals, somebody that could really challenge Gohan and push him beyond the edge, so thus forcing him to unleash his hidden potential. We don't know this could happen still. From my understanding, episode 103, once again according to the spoilers, Gohan will have a major say in that episode. If anything, he will monopolize the episode by, essentially, just giving a tremendous ass whooping to many competitors from Universe 10. It's been explicitly stated that in the next coming episode, another universe will be erased. So Gohan will be the one responsible, or in a way to blame, you want to call it that, for the erasure of another universe. So they're turning the tides once again, and Gohan will prove to be more of a challenge for the Universe 10 fighters. So when it comes to an opponent that is that strong, or on par to Jiren's level, somebody that could pose a huge problem, but not something that would have been impossible to overcome for Gohan, I feel like the answer to that question is leaning more towards no. That is just at least my humble opinion. So in terms of that, I feel like Gohan doesn't need to transform, because he has already trained with Piccolo and he has improved a whole lot, and he will prove in episode 103 that basically his training was sufficient enough to be knocking out competitors that are participating in this competition, in this Tournament of Power. So, but how we could see Gohan transform, how we could see him snap regardless, because this is a theory video, in my opinion, the best way if you want Gohan to snap is to kill Piccolo. In my honest opinion, an unbiased one, I feel as if if Piccolo were to die, Gohan, there's no way that he would somehow tap into either a new transformation or more power, and that would immediately just, in a way, reintroduce Gohan's power inside Dragon Ball Super, in my opinion. It would hit a new pinnacle, and it would be insane. He might even have been capable to battle the likes of Jiren. I don't know, I'm just speculating. Will it happen? I kind of doubt it. But the way that it could happen is, in my opinion, if you have somebody die like Piccolo, I believe that would have been more than enough to set Gohan off and put him into a rampage mode. I mean, definitely that would be a highlight moment of the episode if that were to happen. But then again, you cannot really kill in this tournament because you will get eliminated. So, I don't know, or disqualified, because eliminated, I guess, you get when somebody knocks you out of the bounds. So, disqualified is the word that I was looking for. I believe that if that were to happen, it would be some crazy fan service moment, and more specifically, this white form. For some reason, we keep seeing this fan-made white form for Gohan. This is why I'm making this video using as a thumbnail this white transformation, courtesy of a very good friend on DeviantArt, by the way. Great Honamo, I believe his name is. The link will be down in the description as always. So, Gohan would definitely unleash hell if you were to transform. Is he going to? I kind of feel like this is turning to be a battle at the end of the day between Goku and Jiren. That's what it ultimately enough I feel like it is gonna boil down to. Now, we don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Anything goes. I wouldn't be surprised if Gohan unleashed another transformation in the tournament. I'm already expecting to see Goku, transform and reach a new plateau. Will Gohan follow the footsteps of his father in the competition? This is the greatest opportunity to see Gohan have such a badass comeback, because it's been forever that he hasn't been fighting, and seeing him back defending his universe and having another transformation, that would have been the ultimate return of Gohan. But that is it for me. That is the video that I wanted to make. Let me guys know how you feel about Gohan tapping into a new transformation through Piccolo somehow either dying or getting, critically damaged by somebody. Do you feel like, I guess we don't have to necessarily see Gohan unleash a new transformation. I would have been satisfied if you were to snap and see on the spot Gohan that would be reminiscing of when he fought Cell. Let's compromise and see something like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please go ahead and hit the video up with a like. You guys share this video, share my channel, share my content, so that more fans of Super can get to see my channel. And if you are a fan, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome daily content. But I'm Sam Gun signing off here. Ciao, adios, goodbye.